So I've decided to take a step back from social media, and let me tell you why. So last week I put a video out talking about how I was struggling and I wasn't motivated to do things. And I took a few weeks to really think about this and realized that I just want to take a step back and take care of myself. So with doing that, I wanted to take a step back from social media. I don't want to post. I don't want to consume it. So yesterday I put a message out to all my followers that I would be taking a step back and then coming back when I'm ready. I've also taken a step back from podcasting because I think mentally I'm just not in the right headspace to try to, encourage others to do something I'm not doing for myself. So with doing this, I just told myself, let's, take a step back from everything and regroup. So this morning was a little rough because usually I would read a few passages out of the book I'm reading and then I would jump on Instagram. So instead of doing that this morning, I meditated and then I got up after that and went and worked out. Now, it was weird not to go on Instagram because, there's that moment where you're like, what am I missing? FOMO, fear of missing out. And I told myself, no, I really want to do this for myself. So, this morning's been a little weird, not being on it and not consuming it. And I just know that this break is going to be so much better for me. And I know it's going to be a way to just reconnect, recenter myself, and clear my mind. And I really want to do this. Now, the want to, scroll has been really hard this morning, but I'm going to try my hardest not to. So I just wanted to bring you guys along on my detox from social media and just to see how well I do. The other thing that I think I'm going to do is when I come home, I think I'm going to journal too, just about how I felt during the day and kind of just recap everything that was going on and how I felt and, just what it's like. And I thought I'd bring you guys along on my journey. So I'm going to try to do little snippets every single day of how I'm doing to have you guys come along with me on this detaching from, social media. So I am going to relax this morning, maybe play the Switch or read, finish my coffee, and I will talk to you guys later on before I head to bed. So I am actually in my bedroom getting ready for bed, but today was, first full day without social media, and I'm not gonna lie, it was a little weird, just simply for the fact, when I'm bored or want time to pass, I would usually scroll, but, not doing it was kind of refreshing too because it allowed me to focus on other things and have my attention be focused on other things. So I'm not going to say it was easy because it was definitely hard, not opening the apps and not going on and scrolling, but I'm really proud of myself for just getting through the day. So I actually came upstairs, brought a light from downstairs, and I'm going to journal real fast, just about how I feel, and then I'm going to read a couple chapters of my book before I head to bed. But I would say to me today was a success since I didn't go on. Like I said, I don't think this is going to be easy, but I am just excited to see how refreshed I feel after, not using it, and, how I will feel by the end of the week. And, I might go longer, I'm not entirely sure, but I'd definitely say today was a success. So I'm going to get to journaling and reading, and I will see you guys tomorrow. So not gonna lie to you, it was kind of hard this morning not to pick up my phone and scroll. So instead, I read some of my book and played the Switch, but like sitting down for breakfast and, like normally I would scroll and, knowing and telling myself like I don't need it feels good. It also feels good not to be attached to my phone, but it also feels weird because, when you're bored or when you have downtime, normally we grab our phones and, we scroll and we just mindlessly look on social media, and like with the thought in my head not to do that, it's like a reminder to say like, no, we're not doing that. We're doing something else. And it's not been easy, like especially in the morning, because that was kind of like, it's sad to say, but it was part of my morning routine. And now that I've taken that away, it just feels really weird. So I am still excited for the rest of this week, but I know that there are going to be times where it's really, really hard, or like when we're in the car, it's hard not to like scroll. And I know this weekend coming up, we're going to be traveling for Father's Day and spending time with our families. And I know like during the work day it's not so bad because like I'm working and I have other things to like keep me busy and keep my mind off of it, but really it's those moments where like I'm at home and I'm not doing anything, or in the car driving that I'm not doing anything, that's like tricky not to just pick up my phone and scroll. So I am actually getting ready to get everything together for work, and I will talk to you guys again when I get home tonight. So my true takeaway today was how crazy it was for me to reach for my phone and the amount of times I did so. Like, how many times do we all reach for our phones without thinking about it? And we pick them up and we go to Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, Snapchat, Facebook, and we're scrolling without even thinking. The hardest part for me today was driving in the car, because I was reading my book, and then normally when I would get done reading whatever section I was reading, I would go on my phone and I would look on Instagram and consume social media. And without allowing myself to do that, I felt antsy. Like I didn't know what to do with myself. So for part of our car ride, I just looked out the window and I just enjoyed the scenery and all that. But to me, like, the crazy amount of times without thinking about it, I reached for my phone, or I picked up my phone and I would look at it, and then it would dawn on me like, we're not consuming social media, put your phone down. Or when I would go to reach for it, I would like retract my hand back and be like, oh my gosh, like I can't believe I just did that. And that was my realization today, that like out of habit of doing it all the time and reaching for my phone, it just became something I did. And now that I'm like bringing attention to it, that I'm not consuming social media and I'm not grabbing for my phone all the time, like it makes me almost like pay attention to how many times I'm actually going for my phone or doing the motion to do it. And I encourage anybody who decides to take the step back from social media to realize how many times a day you reach for your phone, or even just be thoughtful of it, of how many times you reach for your phone without thinking about it, and then you open whatever your favorite app is and you scroll. Like, that to me was just like so crazy to realize. So that's my takeaway from day 2. It has not been easy, but I am proud of myself for making it through another day. So I am going to get to journaling, I am going to get to reading, and I am going to get to bed. So I will talk to you guys tomorrow. Good morning, guys. Day 3 is here. I am struggling a little bit this morning, I think just mentally on my own. I don't think it has anything to do with, taking a break from social media. I think really it's due to the fact that like I woke up this morning and I felt off. I went back to sleep for an hour, and then by the time I got up and I cuddled with Ben upstairs for half hour, and then it was like by the time I got out of bed, like I just feel like off and not like myself, and it's been a rough morning just for me overall. So I decided to do some self-care, take a shower, wash my face, do something for myself to make me feel better, and that's where I'm at this morning. So it's been quite easy just not to look at my phone this morning because, I've been watching YouTube and reading and playing my Switch, so I've been keeping myself busy. I have to start packing lunches for work and maybe make myself something for breakfast. So I'm going to start doing stuff to get myself moving, and I will talk to you guys later on before I go to bed. Hey guys, it is actually day 4. So yesterday after we got off work, by the time we got home, had dinner, and then watched a episode of Shameless, I was so tired that I just went straight to bed. And then this morning I slept in, just not feeling like 100% and just tired, but I am happy that, the last 3 days I've stayed off social media, and today being the 4th, and I guess for me, I just realized how much of my day was spent consuming social media, how much of my day I was on my phone. And yesterday was the first day that I actually started scripting podcast episodes. I started with one, doing some research and all that stuff, and I realized that without, being on my phone and on Instagram all the time, that it gives me more time to focus on other things. So that was really something that was a realization to me. And again, I just don't think we realize how much of our day is spent looking at our phone or consuming social media. And for me, I felt like it was always just a distraction. It was distracting me from doing things that I wanted to do. And also, the comparison game for me was getting really bad, where I was comparing my podcast or my YouTube or my Instagram to other people and what other people were doing. And I realized that with taking this break, that I'm not comparing myself to anybody because I'm not consuming anything that other people are making. And it's allowing me to, focus on what I want to do for my podcast and my YouTube and eventually for my Instagram, and have all these ideas coming up. That it's also, on the other side of that, making me focus on my mental health and focus on what I need and all that as well. So it's been really good, and I am happy with it so far. And it is, I'll always say, it's still very difficult to not be on it or to not consume it because I had been doing it for so long without thinking about it. But it was really nice to just be able to focus my attention on other things than being constantly attached to my phone and consuming other content. And of course, you can get ideas and, inspiration from other content, but sometimes I think if we take a step back, we'll be able to reconnect with ourselves and really focus on what we would like to create and the kind of content we would like to, be able to see ourselves. So then it just widens our mind and clears our mind to really focus on us. So I am actually getting ready, doing my hair for work, and then I'm gonna head downstairs, pack everything for lunches, maybe get some reading in and just relax this morning. I also did my journaling this morning because I was too tired last night to do it. And that's something that's really helped me, is journaling out how my day was and how I feel around it and all my thoughts. and it'll be interesting to go back and just like read it, because again, I don't know if I'm going to do this until next Tuesday, which would be a week, or if I'm going to continuously do this. I will definitely keep you guys updated on what I'm going to do, but I'm going to finish getting ready and I will talk to you guys later on today. So it's really been a day. I got ready for work, went to work, was there for about 2 hours, felt sick to my stomach, headache, this side of my face hurt. So I decided, as much as I didn't want to, I thought it was best for me to come home and rest. So talked to the bosses, asked if it was okay if I went home, came home and spent most of my morning just laying up here in bed. Watched some Sex and the City, the newer one that came out, the newer season, iced my face, and just kind of relaxed. So it was easy to stay off social media morally, because like I was laying around doing nothing and I had my like focus on something else and I was just tired. And again, usually I would, if I didn't feel good, scroll, but I think it just has become easier not to grab for it or not to like look for that as a way to occupy my attention, because I've not been doing it so many days in a row. Like, it's not something I automatically grab for. So I am upstairs getting ready for bed. I'm going to ice my face, maybe play the Switch for a little bit and just go to sleep, because I am just exhausted after today. Tomorrow we are traveling, because this weekend is Father's Day weekend, so we're traveling to Illinois, which is a 3-hour trip, and usually that's my time to scroll. So I think tomorrow might be a little difficult and a little rough. But I'm going to bring my book, bring the Wii Switch, keep myself occupied. I was even thinking that maybe I could edit the next YouTube video while driving as well, just to keep me busy. But I'm proud of myself, even not feeling good today, staying off social media and sticking to, not being on. So just wanted to update you guys on everything, how I've been doing, and it feels good. So I'm going to get ready to go to bed, and I will talk to you guys tomorrow. So we have made it to Illinois, and I successfully made the whole trip without really looking at my phone at all or picking it up, only when my sister was messaging me. So I pretty much read and then played the Wii Switch to keep myself busy. Like I said, today was the only day I was worried about like staying off social media, because we had such a long drive. I would usually be scrolling, but I did a really good job. And the rest of the day I'm not too worried about it, because we'll be with Ken's family celebrating Father's Day, and we'll be like playing games or talking and like just having a good time. So I usually am not really on my phone to begin with, because we're just like having a good time. So that wasn't my concern. It was just the drive. But we made it to Illinois. We are making one stop before going to Ken's parents, and then we'll be spending the day with Ken's parents. So I will probably talk to you guys tomorrow. Happy day number 6. So amazing. So this weekend was really good. Spent all day Saturday with Ken's family for Father's Day. Today, spent Father's Day with my family at my sister's, swimming in her pool with her kids, just enjoying the day. And I think because I was swimming and I was paying attention to my niece and nephews, I really didn't have time to think about my phone or even grab for it or anything. At Ken's parents', it was kind of hard because we had moments when we were just kind of like sitting and not doing anything, and there were moments like I could have scrolled, but I talked to like Ken's brother's girlfriend about like taking a step back, and his mom. We were just talking about how good it can be for you to take a step back and how good it can be for your mental health. And today, just thinking about like tomorrow is day 7, so I've gone officially. Tomorrow will be a week without social media. I mean, technically I still have tomorrow until the end of day, but I'm so proud of myself for making it this far. Not entirely sure if I will continue doing it for the next week or not. But I told myself if I'm gonna go back to doing social media, I am going to set a time limit for myself every day and stick to that time limit. And once, like, I might start with like 15 minutes a day. And once I do 15 minutes, I'm gonna be done. And then over time, increase that until I feel comfortable. Or like I said, I might just take another week and, really focus on me. It's been a real good time for me just to focus on myself and recenter myself, and taking it back from social media has felt really great just overall for my mental health and for me. So again, I'm proud of myself for making it this far, and I'm ready to face tomorrow, get at the end of the day, and be really proud of myself for going a whole week. So I'm going to head to bed. I hope you guys had an amazing Father's Day with your father by the time you guys see this, and I will talk to you guys on day 7, which is tomorrow. I did it. 7 days without any social media, and it feels absolutely amazing. When I started this journey, I will call it for me, I was so unsure of how I was going to do, and if I was going to, take a day and get on and all this stuff. And sitting here today, 7 days later, just feels so good. Like, I am just so proud of myself for choosing to do this and then sticking to it, because it wasn't easy at first, like I wanted to go on, I wanted to scroll, but I noticed that the more that I didn't do it, the easier it became to not reach for my phone, not to look at it, not to go for it. And really overall and like mentally, I feel like I'm for the first time kind of focusing on what I need and focusing on my wants and my real goals and the dreams that I have. And it's just really like cleared my mind. And like I said in the beginning, a lot of it, I think, was comparing myself to other people, comparing my podcast to other people, comparing my Instagram to other people, my followers to other people, and without going on and consuming like what everybody else is putting out there, it gave me time to reflect on how I really want to represent myself and present myself, and how I want people to see me, and the content that I would want to create. And it's just really been good for me. And when I say comparison, like when it was almost kind of like jealousy, like when people would say, oh, I got this many plays on my podcast, or like people were praising them, or leaving comments to them. And like for everybody, everything's different depending on what you're doing. And for me, a lot of times, like I felt like I compared myself to that and said like, oh, they're doing better than me and what I'm doing doesn't matter, or it's not worth it. And that's not true. Like, everything takes time. There are people who do things and they already have a community or friends around them who will support them. And when you're somebody who's starting off in the beginning of anything, it's going to take a while for you to find your community and to find those people that are going to support you and follow you and love on you. And that all takes time. It's not something that just happens overnight. So taking a step back and kind of just like thinking to myself, like, all of that wasn't helping me, and I think it was making a bigger impact on what I wanted to do than I should have let it. And that's maybe part of the reason why I stepped back from podcasting and really stepped back from like posting even on Instagram, because like it's almost like you feel like you have to compete with everybody with posts and reels, and you have to keep up with your stories, and like when you're trying to do multiple things, it's a lot. So like for me, trying to do Instagram and YouTube and podcasting, and then like getting upset with myself when I didn't post something or I was behind on something, you know, like I think overall for me, I was taking stuff to heart, and mentally it was putting me in a rough place where I think my body just kind of shut down and was like, you know what, we need to do something. So for me, you know, taking this time to take a step back and really focus on what I need to do for myself and figuring out where I want to go from here has been really good. So the only thing that I'm thinking about is I might take another week off. I might go back maybe once a week on, you know, the platforms, or maybe 15 minutes a day. I haven't really decided. When I talked to my fiance Ken about it, he told me, he's like, you know what, just go another week. Like, don't go back. And really, like, I feel like even when we were visiting family, I think a lot of times I was always on my phone and I wasn't paying attention. And I noticed with not being on my phone how many times the people around me were on their phones. And I think a lot of time you miss just living in the moment and really being fully present in moments when you're always constantly like looking at your phone or on your phone. And for me, that was a big realization. I was like, how many times have we gone somewhere or been with family and I've been so consumed with social media or scrolling on my phone that I'm not fully present with the people around me. And this weekend was the first time where we were with his family one day and my family the next day, that like I was present in the moment and I was talking and, you know, enjoying the time spent with everybody. And even when we spent Father's Day with my side of the family, like really paying attention to my niece and my nephews and swimming with them and just being fully present was really amazing. And I think a lot of times we forget to be present in those moments because we're so consumed with our phones and so consumed with scrolling that a lot of time we're there but we're not fully there. Like our attention is not fully on what's going on around us. So I think just if anybody wants to try it, just do a week, because there are a lot of things you will start to notice that you didn't notice before because social media was consuming your whole day and you were spending hours upon hours scrolling. And when you stop paying attention to it, you have more time to focus your attention on things that you didn't even know you weren't giving your full attention to. And that for me was something I noticed. I wasn't giving my full attention to the things that I probably should have been giving my attention to, just like spending time with family and not being fully present with family because I was on my phone scrolling. And it's important to put down your phone and just enjoy life. And I think sometimes we just forget to do that. So again, I'm so proud of myself for making it a full week. And I'm not really sure where I'm going to go from here because I enjoyed, you know, being able to focus my attention on different things and really focusing on myself and what I needed. And I just don't want to feel overwhelmed going back. So again, I might just do one day a week or a short period of time a day until I know that I can have full control over like knowing that I don't need to be on it all the time, or when we go and do things that I need to be present, you know, putting it away and not looking at it and being fully in the moment. So again, this experience for me was not easy, but it was so worth it. and I just enjoyed not being attached to my phone all the time. And a part of me misses it, you know, because I had been doing it for so long, but a part of me is just like happy that I was able to do it, and I was able to feel good about myself every day, knowing that like I didn't spend like all my day on an app, or you know, scrolling and not fully paying attention to what I need to be paying attention to, or putting my focus in something that's actually going to, you know, help me move forward. So yeah, I am proud of myself. And again, if you're thinking about doing, I seriously encourage you to do it, because it is so worth it. So I am in bed about to pick a movie and go to sleep, and I'm just happy about everything, and I will keep you updated on what I decide to do. And if I do go back, if I do it for 15 minutes a day, like I said, I might do it once a week, or I might do it, 15 minutes a day and then go up like 20 minutes, 30 minutes, I want to give myself a time limit. So then when I get on, I put a time limit on 15 minutes, and after 15 minutes, I'm off. And that's all I'll give myself, because again, I think it's important for everybody to take, a needed break from social media, or to time yourself. Or most phones, I know the iPhones have like a spot on your phone where it tells you how much amount of time you're spending on each app. And it's good to look at that and like recognize the apps that you're spending a lot of time on, and think, what other areas in your life can you be spending more time on than spending time on your phone? And I think that's just very important. And to me, I don't think I realized really how important it was and how much I was spending time on my phone until I took this break and realized how much extra time I had because I wasn't staring at my phone. So I hope you've enjoyed this little weekly vlog about me being off social media, and I hope this encourages somebody else to do it, because I'm telling you, it's been an amazing experience. That's why I'm thinking about, going another week, because it's been really just nice not to be addicted to my phone or attached to my phone all the time. And I feel like it's allowing me to really, again, focus on what I want to focus on and who I want to be and the things I want to create without really comparing myself to other people. So thanks for coming along with me on this break from social media journey. I will keep you guys updated in the future with what I did and how I'm doing. And let me know if this encouraged you to do it as well. And let me know how it goes for you, and if you go longer than a week, and what your experience was like for you. So I am going to get to bed. So good night, and I will talk to you guys again soon.